Hello, I'm Matujame and you're watching HornbillTV's Prime at 9, now news in details. The Rongmei Council Chumukitima District observed the 91st Martyrs' Day anniversary of Haipo Chodanang today at Dibupar with Johnny Rongmei, Joint Chief Officer and SDMA as the resource person. Haipo Chodanang was a spiritual and political leader during the time when Britishers ruled India. He was one of those who fought against the colonial rule of the British. Jandonang also established an army comprising of both men and women. He was arrested on false charge of sedition and murder and was hanged in 1931 when he was 26 years old. Addressing the gathering at the event, Johnny Rongmei said that Jadonang's philosophy was that we will be the owner of our land on land and the alien people will not dictate us.
Lungning tiam bay kuma nang roi na niu lungning ti da la wo advice ti la wo tuna request supito ngai na kathum mai khao anio re sakwang sumai anio tuang ASEAN dong president advisor kani kaniu tuang team kaniu ni ne lana anio re na welcome invitation TV kang khao ne lana anio tuang function khao wang ba mai
leader non tu mai ngan mai asa happy dong function ko gom no mage tuna goma me ka goi ru khao hai pau za donang tuang tingkum riskim na khatang mai mater de tuang soyam tai mai ka goi na to me sukan diu tu me lawam lai salon thai
amakan aji nisana Jadonang Mother's Day laga amakan yet sob jama kurina thakha time de amakan yet kuribile laga review kuribile laga do Jadonang to 91 years ago jaise hoily be the Jadonang relevance to aji kane ki ase amakan kane the philosophy of Jadonang is that we will be able to be the ruler of the land. The first beginning of the Naga independence vision is from Jadonang. The first NAP of Nagaland was open for Ranigadilu's mostly. The government of India thought that Ranigadilu has around 1,000 Sipai. So that they opened one battalion, but it happened to be around 300 Sipai. British Ekjonbra, Jadonang and Rani Gaidilu's Naga Freedom Movement. Pal book kitab ekta ase. To Naga manukhan bro likhi diya na. Aru kun bakhan do Rani Gaidilu to uta laga si koi. Itu time the Nagaland nai Manipur nai 1963. 1939 te Jadonang te phasi guri dise Manipur state nai Nagaland state bhi nai the artificial boundaries of Manipur state Nagaland state and Assam state cannot divide Jelengrong people and Jelengrong people we have a movement
ban khau kitina salau ni ani utuang keniurana sangda minurana du hangrana keniurana jaulana gongmai kaniu tum knowledge goi mai ta
kham do ko kading no ro ka kamai sa kai na ai kai bni tha ngai chui ka ngai tho sa na kamai ro ko tu lo mi la sa ni do ban nai kum na kamai sai ni ngam tang na tu lo mi khang ta pai na dan thung ku the
ti the kum na tao candle nai ga ye dan ni
Haipo Jadonang tai kun thagise aro tai aji ade Rongmai community khanbro yate khile tela 91st death anniversary observe kriase idu janiboli mohon lode ahina se Sir Johnny Rongmai join CEO of NSDMA. Sir, first of all, thank you so much for coming in Hornbill TV. So sir, idu Haipo Jadonang la history do apni speech TV koise I'm sure the viewers want to know in English in Nagamis because they don't speak in Rongmai. So apni develop kudo parwo.
Jadonang was one of the freedom fighter. When British were here, he was the first Naga human being who started against the British Raj, and he says Nagaraj. So Nagaraj kurikina suru kurise, tai laga philosophy do ama khan bi zat ekta ase, Naga manu khan bi zat ekta ase. Itu karne ama khan laga area to ama khan hi malik hobo lage.
Abnila hisapte, apart from Haido Jadunang, do you think there are more, Naga or forefathers who fought for India? Do you think there are lots of things undiscovered?
Yes, there are many unsung heroes among the Nagas. Now, with that, the Naga movements became more inclusive for all the Naga tribes in living in this region, Nagaland, Manipur, Assam, and even parts of Arunachal, and even beyond the border of India. So that movement that he began expanded, more refined, redefined by the other Naga leaders who have taken over the movement ahead.
So, sir, you said that he was hanged when he was only 27. What would be the reason? What could be the reason that he was hanged?
Since he was against the British Raj. Now the British Raj, the intelligence, the armies, were all after him. And since he was also a political, spiritual leader, he has his own movement spiritually as well. Now with that, he was accused of a murder of some traders who came to Naga areas for trading as a non-Nagas. So with that murder case, a British hang him. In fact, when the British hanged him and killed him, the British thought that the Nagaraj movement, which was started by Jadonang, was completely shut down. But after that, Rani Gadiulu took over in the different scale altogether when she was only 13 years old. And we need to really admire these people because they are not educated like us. They have not been exposed to any universities of the world. They have not studied any philosophy of the world. But the moral authority that they have to say anything against the British then, they said the British Empire suns never sets. And these two minor people, Jadonang and Rani Gadilu, over and started this movement against this British Raj. I think something that we need to emulate in our society. And today, when the Naga movement is becoming much more advanced, we see that more complications are there. I think it's time for us to come together and rethink and redefine what is best for us and our future.
One more last question, sir. So, sir, this is his 91st death anniversary. So, do you think in the coming days people will, still remember him?
Yes, especially among our Jelerong people. Jadonang and Rani Gadiwulu will never be forgotten. And there are many books written as part of the histories about Jadonang, what he has done, what he has contributed. There are many books which is about him. And in a way, Jadonang and Rani Gadilu movements of Naga independence, there are many books. So it has become a part of the history and people will still remember even in the days to come as well.
And then I've also heard that he was, felicitated in this month, Independence Day, by the Indian government. So what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, maybe the government of India might be also looking the records, the histories, and maybe finding something worth to acknowledge, but I am not aware of that. Yeah.
Hypo Jadonang, tay murina 91 years hujeshi huliwi ajitak bi Rongmai community kan tayla death anniversary itu observe kriyase. Aji ate Dipu Bardem Mohan Rongmai community kan bra ta death anniversary observe kra dikhi paise aro tai kinia true leader, spiritual or political leader thakisi mon dikhi paise. Idu thakisi Jila ground report. Moi ase Pankaj Guru with camera person Joy for Hornbill TV.
The National Human Rights Commission has sought an action taken report ATR from the Superintendent of Police, Sibsagar district over the alleged custodial death of a Naga man, Henvi Pom, who was allegedly tortured by the police at Gilikhe police station in Sibsagar district of Assam on August 21st. The Commission directed its registry to transmit a copy of the complaint to the authority in concern, calling for an action taken report within 4 weeks. The authorities are also to intimate the Commission whether any notice or orders, etc., have been received in the matter from the State Human Rights Commission. If it has, a copy of such order also be sent to the Commission within 4 weeks, it said. While Sushmita Dev, Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament from West Bengal, was reportedly busy gearing Raj Bhavan in Agartala for her new party Trinamool Congress, TMC highlighting price rise and unemployment as its core issue. Her old party, the Indian National Congress, took out a protest too. Today, Dev Old Party and its youth leaders conducted a rally in Silchar this afternoon from the Indira Bhavan, the headquarters of Qatar District Congress Committee. Youth leaders of this party took out similar protest rally chanting slogans against the price rise and unemployment being faced by the people. Before being arrested by Qatar police near the Khudiram Bose statue, a common place for all agitators in Silchar, the youth leaders and gators played the speeches and promises made by the Prime Minister they believe had not been fulfilled so far. Speaking to the media, Youth Congress leaders informed that they would intensify the protests in the days to come if the present government does not mend its ways and bring the prices down or give more employment to the youths.
গরিব মানুষ কিভাবে গরিব পরিবার চালাবে সেটা নিয়ে আমাদের ওনাদেরকে প্রশ্ন। আজকে যদি মূল্যবৃদ্ধি নিয়ে কথা বলি তাহলে আমাদেরকে গরিব মানুষদেরকে বিভাজনের রাজনীতি দিয়ে আলাদা করার চেষ্টা করা হয়। যুব কংগ্রেস আজকে মূল্যবৃদ্ধি নিয়ে রাস্তায় উঠেছে। আমরা দেখেছি কেরোসিনের দাম 100 টাকা পার, আবার বলে আর না বিজেপি সরকার। মানুষ গরিব মানুষ এত হেনস্থা হয়েছে যে কিছু বলতে পারছে না ডরিয়ে। যদি কিছু বলে তাহলে ওকে বাংলাদেশ যেতে দেওয়ার কথা বলে। সাধারণ মানুষ যদি প্রশ্ন তুলে তাহলে ওকে কংগ্রেস বা ইউডিএফ বা অন্য কোনো দলের তমকা দিয়ে দেয়। আমরা কথা বলতে পারি না, নিজের সাহসে নিজের সত্যি কথাটা বলতে আমাদের ডর। আজকে যুব কংগ্রেস সবাইকে বলতে চায় আপনারা ডরাবেন না। মূল্যবৃদ্ধি নিয়ে আন্দোলন করছি, বেকারত্ব নিয়ে আন্দোলন করছি। আমাদের হিমন্ত সরকার বলেছিল আসামে এসে যে তৃতীয় শ্রেণী আর চতুর্থ শ্রেণীর চাকরির বরাদ পেলে মানুষরাই পাবে।
The Bharatiya Janata Party's National President JP Nada is in Guwahati on Monday. He was accorded a warm welcome from SMT Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma and other party leaders and workers. Nada arrived on a special flight directly from Agartala. At the time of writing this story, Nada is scheduled to visit the Kamkhya temple in the city at around 4:30 p.m. He inaugurated a newly constructed Northeast BJP's office, Padma Bhavan, in the Uzan Bazaar area.
कामाख्या माता जी के दर्शन करने का सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ सपरिवार सकुटुंब। यहाँ से मैं समय समय पर हमेशा माता जी के दर्शन करके स्फूर्ति, ऊर्जा और समाज के लिए अच्छे काम करूं, इसकी कामना के लिए, प्रार्थना के लिए मैं हमेशा आता हूं। आज भी मुझे बहुत स्फूर्ति मिली है, ऊर्जा मिली है, जिसे माता जी के आशीर्वाद से मैं समाज के कल्याण के लिए और पार्टी के माध्यम से समाज देश की सेवा करने की इसे लगा सकूं, अर्पित कर सकूं पूरी ताकत के साथ। ये हमने कामना की है और माता जी से कामना ये की है कि हमारा समाज, हमारा देश सभी मंगलमय रहें, खुश रहें, आगे बढ़े, देश तरक्की करे और देश मजबूत होकर के आगे बढ़े, इस बात की कामना है।
A female teacher who allegedly stripped a 6-year-old girl of her school uniform at Thangpui village of Lungle district has been suspended from work today. She was arrested on August 27 after the district child protection unit office lodged an FIR at Lungle police station. On August 25, the student from a school at Thangpui village was sent home by her teacher Lalpya Kengi. As per the child's mother's statement, the 6-year-old girl, was beaten up by a classmate. When she went to school to complain, an argument started between her and the teacher, and after which the teacher demanded that the girl's uniform be returned to the school when the mother stated that she would withdraw her daughter from the institution. The child's mother claimed that the teacher had stripped off the uniform from her child in front of the entire class, and the child had to return home wearing only her underwear. The Sub-Divisional Education Officer of Lungle South Lungle District had also issued a show cause notice on August 26, 2022. The District Child Protection Officer of Lungle District stated that there was a report regarding a school teacher who allegedly stripped her student of her uniform. After not being made permanent even after 25 years of service and in some cases over 30 years of service, over 2,000 workers of the Meghalaya Energy Corporation Limited wore black badges on Monday in support of a protest called by the MEECL Progressive Workers Union. The MPWU conducted a general meeting on August 20 to launch the agitation to push for its demand that casual workers in the state-owned power utility be regularized and have their areas cleared. Contractual workers make up around 40% of MEECL workforce. In June, Power Minister Preston Tangson said the department would consider the issue of regularization. The black badge protest, which began on Monday, will continue on Tuesday as well as they prepare to launch a sit-in demonstration from September 5.
Bahwa mistar nilai kenduk mereka jebat jing dawa jeni ke Bangkong ke jing dawa ke long nak bentar kan ka regularization nama dan sibon ki berat tre lak slam ki bampat yo regular hidup bentar ke bidang up ban yo ke regularization ki don ruk kabor banle tengi ruk ngi kerpat iki haba ki don ya ke ki kam ke bagi temu banle ki lak banle.
There was an committee which the management has constituted in the month of May 2018. On 18th of May 2018, this committee met with the Progressive Workers Union. We met our present CMD, where we have raised this particular issue for regularization, wherein we have mentioned that since at that time the management has offered.
Police have registered a case after one of the oldest churches in Durham, North Garo Hills was vandalized. Miscreants also discreated the statues of Jesus, Mother Mary, Saint Joseph, as well as the statue of a baby Jesus. Police sources of North Garo Hills said the incident happened around August 24. However, the complaint was given on August 26 and a case has been registered, it was informed. According to the FIR filed on August 26 at Rasupil Para Police Station, North Garo Hills, investigation is on. Asked about the investigation, a police official said investigation into matter is on, but so far there is no clue and no arrest has been made. The attackers also tried to damage the holy crucifix placed on the upper portion of the church wall above the altar. The church in Durham is one of the oldest Catholic communities of North Garo Hills. The desecration of the church raised an alarm in the local circles. In the latest Twitter spat that has been continuing for the past 3-4 days between the Chief Ministers of Assam and Delhi, AAP leader and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal has once again taken a jibe at Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, and this time it seems the Delhi CM is planning to expand his reach to the northeastern state of Assam. Delhi CM Kejriwal wrote, "Believe me, when we will form AAP government formed in Assam, then there will be development like Delhi. If corruption is eradicated, there will also be no shortage of resources." The continuous pot shots and war of words that have been creating a storm in the political circle began after Arvind Kejriwal tweeted about the Assam's government decision to shut down 24 schools cannot be considered a right solution. The BJP-led Assam government's plan to merge school that had 0% pass percentage in class 10 exams this year with other school drew criticism from Delhi Minister Arvind Kejriwal a few days ago. Closing schools is not the solution. We just need to open many new schools all over the country. Instead of closing the school, improve the school and make education right, Delhi CM Arvind Kejriwal had said in a tweet. Furthermore, the Delhi CM advised the Assam government to adopt the Delhi education model for improving the state's education system. Countering his tweet, Assam Minister Piyush Hazarika wrote on his official Twitter handle, "Firstly, schools in Assam are not being closed, rather amalgamated to improve the overall educational environment. Secondly, respected CM Arvind Kejriwal ji have no rights to speak on educational upliftment as his fake Delhi model schools have been busted from time to time." Not ending his tweet at this point, Hazarika further slammed Kejriwal-led Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi for destroying the education quality in Delhi, which are alleged by the minister has brought down the pass percentage of class 10 from 90.09% in 2011 to 81.27% in 2022. The AAP education model has demolished Delhi's education system, bringing class 10 pass percentage to 99.09% in 2011 to 81.27% in 2022. The Great Model School of Delhi stands poorly in all aspects as compared to Puducherry. Kejriwal ji should visit Assam rather than to learn, wrote Hazarika in his tweet. Earlier, Assam Minister Piyush Hazarika lambasted Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal through a counter tweet regarding 24 schools facing closure in Assam. Joining the trial, now Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma has slammed the Delhi CM for commenting before going through the facts. In a series of tweets, Assam CM Himanta Sarma schooled Arvind Kejriwal, stating that the process of school provisionalization has been in the government fold since 2013. Dear Arvind Kejriwal ji, as usual, you commented on something without any homework. Since my days as Education Minister till now, please note, Assam government has taken over 8,610 new schools. Break up below. How many new schools Delhi government has started in the last 7 years? Provincialization or taking over private schools into government fold since 2013. Elementary 6,802, secondary 1,589, Kasturba Gandhi Balika Vidyala 81, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Avashik Vidyala 3, Adarsha Vidyala 38, Tea Garden Model School 97, added CM Sarma's tweet. At a time when the state of Assam is already hit by English medium in vernacular schools, controversy that decision of closure of school due to poor performance in class 10 exams have put the state government in a tight spot. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal once again took a dig at Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma, stating that both the leaders should visit each other's state and learn about the education system being implemented there. "I am ready to visit Assam. Tell me when should I come? You too should visit Delhi and see our school education model," Kejriwal wrote in his previous tweet. That's all we have for now. Keep watching Hornbill TV.